My name is Sheona Smith. I'm a teacher and teacher trainer working at the British Council. In this video, I'm going to talk about encouraging students to speak in lessons. As teachers, we like to feel that our classes are animated with students learning actively, but there are occasions on which that doesn't happen and groups in which that sometimes isn't the case. Are you the person in the lesson doing most of the talking? Maybe you fill the long pauses when your students can't think of anything to say or don't develop their ideas. I know that sometimes happens in my lessons, and I think the same might be true for you. So, in what ways can we encourage speaking in our lessons? I'm going to share 3 tips, 3 techniques which I use. They aren't complicated, nor are we reinventing the wheel. They're 3 small tweaks or changes that have worked for me, and I'd encourage you to give them a try to see if they make a difference in your lessons. You have nothing to lose. Tip 1 is to state clearly to your learners that you expect them to participate actively. Share the evaluation criteria with them, or even ask them to collaborate on creating it for the speaking evaluation. Do your students have to use a subject-specific terminology from the unit? If so, tell them. Do your students have to use specific academic structures? Then tell them. Making these criteria obvious, or even taking the time to get your students to create the criteria, will take some of the fear out of speaking in lessons. Acknowledge and celebrate every contribution, no matter how small. Respond to your students' comments in a more personalised way rather than just focusing on the accuracy of what they say. If you do this, you will make your students feel appreciated when they take the initiative to add to the discussions, and you will empower them as they'll see that the comments are valued. It just takes a phrase like, "That was a really interesting comment. Thank you for adding to our discussion." Tip 2, avoid only using the hands up technique to ask for student contributions. Why? You know why. You know that you will get the confident students wanting to show off their understanding and the less confident students hiding at the back. Yes, it's a great technique to read the room and see the level of confidence, but if we're working with teens, let's say, there may be some who know the answer but are scared to lose face. So what can you do? That's tip 3, and you're going to love tip 3. Tip 3 is PPPB. Yes, PPPB, or pose, pause, pounce and bounce. This isn't something that I've invented. This is something used in classrooms across the globe that works for many teachers. The idea is that you pose your question, pause or wait a couple of seconds to allow the learners to digest the idea, and only then do you nominate or pounce on a particular student to answer. There are no hands up. Let's break this down because there are some important ideas underpinning this. Number 1, no hands up, so the expectation created is that everyone has to participate. Number 2, you allow the students thinking time, and this is super important because often we don't allow any thinking time. We just throw a question out to the class and expect an immediate response. An immediate response is not a well-considered response. There's no chance to gather thoughts and then reply. In fact, it's practically an interrogation. So, to avoid this, we need to give our students thinking time to give the best reply possible. So far we have PPP and no B. So what is the B? The B is crucial, and it's bounce. Once you get that first considered response to your initial question, you open up the dialogue by bouncing the question around the room so that the dialogue continues and in fact moves from a dialogue to a sharing of ideas and concepts. You've moved beyond silence to a higher level of participation from more students. PPPB, pose, pause, pounce and bounce. Go ahead, try it.